Did you know that 17.9 people die from cardiovascular disease every year? According to reports, heart disease is the leading cause of death in the United States for men, women, and members of the majority of racial and ethnic groups. Cardiovascular disease claims one life in the United States every 36 seconds. But no need to fear, because in today's video, we're going to show you how to avoid heart disease and stay healthy. We're going to be referencing another book today. The title of this book is How Not to Die. Discover the foods scientifically proven to prevent and reverse disease, and it was written by Michael Greger. We'll be taking excerpts from the first chapter of this book for this video. Hello and welcome to Pharm Glo's Clinic, your #1 stop for everything on health and wellness. Make sure to subscribe to this channel and don't forget to click on the notification bell. Also, please give this video a big thumbs up, and if you ever have any concerns, questions, or opinions about the video, don't be shy, just leave a comment down below. Now, let's get into the video. As earlier said, cardiovascular disease kills a lot of people yearly, and fortunately we can tackle these diseases, not in the laboratory, but right in our grocery stores, kitchens, and dining rooms. We don't need vaccines or antibiotics, we only need our plates and spoons. So what's happening here? Why aren't we doing more to combat this disease since it's so prevalent and yet so avoidable? When you think of heart disease, you might remember friends or family members who endure years of chest pain and shortness of breath before passing away. However, the very first symptom of heart disease may be the last for the vast majority of people who pass away abruptly from it. Sudden cardiac death is the term for it. This occurs when a person passes away an hour after exhibiting symptoms. To put it another way, you might not even be aware that you're in danger until it's too late. 1 minute you can be in top form and the next hour you might be gone for good. Because of this, it's important to prevent heart disease before you even realize that you have it. A lot of people are of the opinion that diseases are just one of the many consequences of getting old. It's easy to arrive at this conclusion. After all, your heart pumps literally billions of times during the average lifespan. So after a while, doesn't your ticker just stop working? Well, no. Numerous pieces of evidence demonstrate that the epidemic of coronary heart disease once didn't exist in huge portions of the world. For instance, researchers studied the dietary patterns and prevalence of chronic disease among hundreds of thousands of rural Chinese people as part of the renowned China Cornell-Oxford project. In Guizhou province, for instance, a region with 500,000 residents, not a single fatality among men under 65 could be linked to coronary artery disease over the course of 3 years. Western-trained medical professionals in sub-Saharan Africa throughout the 1930s and 1940s discovered that many of the chronic diseases ravaging populations in the so-called developed world were mostly absent across most of the continent. Coronary heart disease was characterized as virtually non-existent in Uganda, an East African nation with a population of more than 20 million. But were the citizens of these countries simply passing away too soon from other illnesses, never having lived long enough to develop heart disease? No, they weren't. According to studies on immigration, Africans do not naturally possess this resistance to heart disease. This is a confirmed theory because as people adopt the diet and lifestyle patterns of their new homes, when they migrate from low-risk to high-risk areas, their disease rates skyrocket. The exceptionally low cholesterol levels in these communities have been linked to the remarkably low incidence of heart disease in rural China and Africa. Although the cuisines of China and Africa are quite different, they have several things in common. Both of them emphasize plant-based foods like grains and veggies. Their total cholesterol levels averaged under 150 mg per dl, similar to people who consume modern plant-based diets because they consumed so much fiber and so little animal fat. So what does this all ultimately mean? It means that developing heart disease can be a choice. Before the invention of the toothbrush, people who lived more than 10,000 years ago had nearly no cavities, as it can be seen by looking at their teeth. No cavities despite never having flossed a day in their lives, and now that's amazing. This was possible because candy bars weren't yet a thing. People nowadays often choose the pleasure of sugary snacks at the expense and agony of going to the dentist, which is why we get cavities. Now imagine the atherosclerotic plague that is accumulating in our arteries because of all the junk food we eat. Heart diseases start from childhood, it doesn't just jump on you. However, you might not start seeing symptoms until you're much older. So is there a way to prevent and reverse heart disease? That's the million-dollar question. Well, the answer is yes. It's as simple as eating the right foods. It's never too early to start eating healthfully. You only need to switch your diet to a plant-based diet. Some lifestyle medicine practitioner named Nathan Pritikin, Dean Ornish, and Caldwell Esselstyn Jr. took patients with advanced heart diseases and put them on the kind of plant-based diet followed by Asian and African populations who didn't suffer from heart disease. They hoped that a diet that was sufficiently healthy would stop the disease's development, but instead something amazing happened. The heart disease in their patients not only stopped, but they began to reverse. These patients were improving. When they quit eating a diet that clogged their arteries, their bodies were able to begin dissolving some of the plaque that had accumulated. Even in certain cases where patients had significant triple vessel heart disease, the arteries opened up without the use of medication or surgery. This tells us that their bodies have always wanted to recover but have simply not had the opportunity because it wasn't offered the correct diet to aid it. Fruits and vegetables are an excellent provider of vitamins and minerals. Fruits and vegetables are high in dietary fibers and low in calories. Like other plants or plant-based diets, fruits and vegetables contain compounds that can lower the risk of developing cardiovascular disease. You should also aim to reduce your intake of high-calorie meals like meat, cheese, and snack foods by increasing your intake of fruits and vegetables. It can be simple to also include fruits and vegetables in your diet. Maintain sliced and washed vegetables in your refrigerator for quick snacking. To ensure that you remember to eat it, keep fruit in a dish in your kitchen. Pick recipes using fruits or vegetables as the major ingredients, like fruit salads or stir-fried with veggies. You should also go for whole grains and limit unhealthy fats. Fiber and other nutrients included in whole grains help to control blood pressure and maintain a healthy heart. By adopting straightforward substitutes for refined grain products, you can boost the proportion of whole grains in a heart-healthy diet. Alternatively, be daring and experiment with a whole new grain, such as farro, quinoa, or barley. To lower your blood cholesterol and lessen your risk of coronary artery disease, you should limit the amount of saturated and trans fats you consume. Atherosclerosis, or the formation of plaque in the arteries as a result of elevated blood cholesterol, can raise the risk of heart attack and stroke. Another route to go is to stop smoking. Avoiding all forms of tobacco usage is among the healthiest things you can do. It can slow you down, make you sick, and shorten your life. Smoking is a hard habit to kick, but you'll need to drop it if you want to live long. In fact, researchers who looked at the impact of smoking and quitting during a decade-long prospective study involving more than 100,000 women discovered that about 64% of deaths among current smokers and 28% of deaths among former smokers were related to smoking. The study also found that stopping smoking may significantly reduce a large portion of the increased risk caused by smoking. Lastly, try maintaining a healthy weight and exercise regularly. In the Nurses' Health Study and the Health Professionals Follow-Up Study, middle-aged women and men who gained 11 to 22 pounds after age 20 were 3 times more likely to develop heart disease, high blood pressure, type 2 diabetes, and gallstones than those who gained 5 pounds or fewer. One of the best things you can do for your health is to engage in regular exercise. It reduces the chance of developing heart disease, diabetes, stroke, high blood pressure, osteoporosis, and some malignancies. It can also help older persons maintain healthy weight, manage stress, sleep better, feel happier, and improve their cognitive performance. So get off that couch and start running. What do you think about this video? Let us know in the comments down below. And that's it for today. Be sure to subscribe to the channel and click on the notification bell, smash that like button, and we will see you in the next video.